Today is Monday, January 26th. Welcome to Big Book Daily. My name is Rob. I am an alcoholic. It is a thrill, honor, and joy to be here with you today as we journey through the Big Book of Alcoholics Anonymous and the 12 Steps and 12 Traditions. Today at the Big Book, we are going to finish up Bill's story, it's been an incredible one, by reading page 16. Then we'll jump over into the 12 and 12, reading step 3, page 38. And of course, we'll read the 24 hours a day and daily reflection. So with that, I hope you all are doing well this morning, my friends. It's Monday. It's the beginning of a brand new week. But the nice thing is we don't have to worry about Tuesday through Sunday or whatever. Just got to worry about this set of 24 hours. Clean slate. A chance to do the next right thing. So with that, let's go ahead and get to the good stuff. Okay, so if you recall yesterday's reading in the Big Book, we see that Bill has been very, very determined to work with a lot of other people. And he talks about how these fellowships about him are growing. And he even says something at the top of 16. These informal gatherings, one may often see from 50 to 200 persons. We are growing in numbers and power. Then there was a footnote on the bottom of 16. In 2017, AA is composed of approximately 118,305 groups. And again, that's long before COVID and everything. So, I'm sure there's countless Zoom meetings out there. Great stuff. It's amazing to see how much this program has grown, not just in this country, but around the world. So let's go ahead and finish off the chapter. We'll be reading the rest of page 16 today. An alcoholic in his cups is an unlovely creature. Our struggles with them are variously strenuous, comic, and tragic. One poor chap committed suicide in my home. He could not or would not see our way of life. There is, however, a vast amount of fun about it all. I suppose some would be shocked at our seeming worldliness and levity. But just underneath, there is a deadly earnestness. Faith has to work 24 hours a day in and through us, or we perish. Most of us feel that we need no further utopia. We have it with us right here and now. Each day, my friend's simple talk in our kitchen multiplies itself in a widening circle of peace on earth and goodwill to men. Out of 12 and 12 run, step 3, made a decision to turn our will and our lives over to the care of God as we understood Him. Page 38. We realize that the word dependence is as distasteful to many psychiatrists and psychologists as it is to alcoholics. Like our professional friends, we too are aware that there are wrong forms of dependence. We've experienced many of them. No adult man or woman, for example, should be too emotionally dependent upon parents. They should have been weaned long before, and if they have not been, they should wake up to that fact. This very form of faulty dependence has caused many a rebellious alcoholic to conclude that dependence on any sort must be intolerably damaging. But dependence upon an AA group or upon a higher power hasn't produced any baleful results. When World War II broke out, this spiritual principle had its first major test. AAs entered the services and were scattered all over the world. Would they be able to take discipline, stand up under fire, and endure the monotony and misery of war? Would the kind of dependence that they learned in AA carry them through? Well, it did. They had even fewer alcoholic lapses or emotional binges than AAs safe at home did. They were just as capable of endurance and valor as any other soldiers. Whether in Alaska or on the Salerno beachhead, their dependence upon a higher power worked. And far from being a weakness, this dependence was their chief source of strength. 24 hours a day, January 26th. AA Thought for the Day. As we became alcoholics, the bad effects of drinking came more and more to outweigh the good effects. But the strange part of it is that no matter what drinking did to us, loss of our health, our jobs, our money, our homes, we still stuck to it and depended on it. Our dependence on drinking became an obsession. In AA, we find a new outlook on life. We learn to change from alcoholic thinking to sober thinking. And we find out that we can no longer depend on drinking for anything. We depend on a higher power instead. Have I entirely given up dependence on drinking? Meditation for the day. I will try to keep my life calm and unruffled. This is my great task, to find peace and acquire serenity. I must not harbor disturbing thoughts. No matter what fears, worries, and resentments I may have, I must try to think of constructive things until calmness comes. Only when I am calm can I act as a channel for God's Spirit. Prayer for the day. I pray that I may build up instead of tear down. I pray that I may be constructive and not destructive. Daily Reflection, January 26th. Rigorous honesty. Who wishes to be rigorously honest and tolerant? Who wants to confess his faults to another and make restitution for harm done? Who cares anything about a higher power, let alone meditation and prayer? Who wants to sacrifice time and energy in trying to carry AA's message to the next sufferer? No, the average alcoholic, self-centered in the extreme, doesn't care for this prospect, unless he has to do these things in order to stay alive himself. 12 Steps and 12 Traditions, page 24. I am an alcoholic. If I drink, I'll die. My, what power, energy, and emotion this simple statement generates in me. But it's really all I need to know for today. Am I willing to stay alive today? Am I willing to stay sober today? Am I willing to ask for help? And am I willing to be a help to another suffering alcoholic today? Have I discovered the fatal nature of my situation? What must I do today to stay sober? All right, my friends, that concludes today's reading. And man, some great stuff. I love the 24 hours a day reading. This line really stood out to me in the meditation part. No matter what fears, worries, and resentments I may have, I must try to think of constructive things until calmness comes. I've always heard this from athletes, and others, in a crisis, that their best performance is when they finally calm their nerves and just go out there and do their best. They seem to perform so much better when they're calm. And I think about our set of 24 hours that we're given, and if I'm all tensed up, if I'm all in my head, I'm of no use to anyone. Dear friend of mine, I was talking to him yesterday, and something had happened to him, and it happened early in the day. He flat out admitted that he let it ruin his day. Has anyone else ever done that? Lord knows I have. But somebody else once told me to practice the art of pivoting. There will be some hard times throughout the day. There will be some, whether it's criticism or an unexpected circumstance comes flying your way, because that's life, right? But we have the choice to pivot every single day. And what does that mean? Well, the way I understand it is that, we see our day going a certain way based on this negative thing that's happened. And then we quickly turn the other way. And I like this part here. I must try to think of constructive things until calmness comes. It doesn't say we're instantly going to be calm. It says I must try to do constructive things until calmness comes. So I have to act my way into the right thinking. So I think, okay, what does the program teach me? I'm feeling really stressed right now. What does the program teach me? What do these 12 steps teach me? All right, gratitude. What am I thankful for today? Or prayer, or meditation, whatever it might be, and then be of service to somebody else. Or if I need to make an amend, do it right off the bat. And then eventually, when I work these things and get outside of myself, then that calmness comes. And I like this follow-up line too. I pray that I may build up instead of tear down. And it's like that hammer metaphor, right? You got the head of the hammer where you can build, and you've got the back of the hammer where you can tear down. We're the carpenter. We get to kind of decide what we're going to do. And I love this last part. I pray that I may be constructive and not destructive. So I guess it's up to me today, what I decide I want to do, whether I want to be constructive or destructive. But anyways, my friends, I've rambled on way over, and I apologize. I hope you all have a great day today. Please know, as always, I don't speak on behalf of AA, NA, or Al-Anon, or any other sect, denomination, or organization. I'm just a friend in this lifeboat of recovery, honored to be here. If you are sober today, my friend, I hope you know that you're a miracle. And those who love you are very proud of you, and I'm proud of you. I know the struggle. And if you're not sober today and somehow you're hearing this, my friend, I hope you know that you're a miracle as well, that you have great worth and you are worthy of recovery. So I hope that you'll give a gift to yourself and to the others around you, the first step in sobriety. And you don't have to do it alone. The very first word in the suggestions is we. So I pray that you'll get the help that you need. And my friends, if we are given another set of 24 hours, I sincerely hope to see you right back here tomorrow.